Hey YouTube, it's been a while, so I just wanted to show you guys an update on what I do for dosing for this tank, because I don't really think I've ever gone in detail on this account of what I do for dosing and what my maintenance is for this aquarium. So I'll go into that on this video because I'm sure some of you guys out there want to know. So basically what I dose for this aquarium is mainly I dose Bionic, the calcium buffer. And this is an old brand. It's been in the hobby for a very long time, as long as I can remember. And then I also dose a little bit of strontium for the trace elements for some of my coral, as well as magnesium. Now this helps balance out the Bionic so my alkalinity and calcium levels do not swing too much. Kind of keeps it in check, so you kind of want to be dosing magnesium along with alkalinity and calcium for all you beginners out there. That's what you really want to do, so it keeps your levels straight. Because I've noticed you tend to get more bleaching and discoloration if you just dose the two. So this really helps that balance. Then we have iron here. Now this helps out with my greens, and that's one of the reasons in this beauty right here. You can see the greens are really popping in this tank is because I'm dosing iron. And this also helps with macroalgae too. So this isn't just good for corals. This could help with macroalgae with your greens as well, but it also really helps with coral. Then we got iodine here. Now this helps a lot with my pinks. Now, basically, as you can see, my cabbage leather is a pretty nice pink color compared to a lot of the cabbage leathers you see out there, as well as this toadstool. So my pinks are really going good in this tank, and I really contribute that to me dosing iodine. Then we got potassium. Potassium also helps with those pinks. It brings out more of a pink color in your tank. And I really like going for texture in my tank. So this just really helps those textures pop with those softies. Now these are some supplemental elements as well I add in the morning and at night. So I dose LPS concentrate at night. And this usually helps, get more vivid colors in my coral as well. This has everything in it. This is like a package all in one. But these are just elements I dose as well on the side. So this really is just like a big combo package. It really helps with your big, fat, meaty LPSs, your soft corals, even some acropora and some SPS I've noticed this helps out with my experience. I've never really used this product too much, to be honest. But with my experience, this basically has the same thing as most of these elements in it. So this is a new method I'm trying out, and I'm also trying out the Acro Power by Two Little Fishies. Now this stuff is really, really good. It really helps out with SPS growth. So if you want good SPS growth, I definitely recommend dosing Acro Power. It definitely helps out with that. And for all you coral sellers out there, this is definitely something you might want to pick up. And yeah, so for maintenance with this tank, basically lights come on around 9:15 and I turn them off around 7. So it's a pretty long schedule, but I run the intensity pretty low on this tank, so it makes up for that. So if you keep SPS and you have a lower intensity bulb, just run the light longer. Like, you literally just have to run the light longer so those SPS absorb more light if it doesn't have enough PAR in it. But usually I'd recommend getting a more high output fixture, like these Radions I have here. And I understand they're not in everyone's budget range, but I really, really recommend the Radions for that nice growth you want and that nice coloration. It really helps out with that. I'm actually thinking about adding 2 T5 bulbs on the side right here to get even more pop in my corals. Now for maintenance, all I have on this tank, believe it or not, is just a Tidal hang on the back filter. It's that simple. No sump, just a tidal hang on the back. And I put some polyfilter in that to get rid of the bigger particulates in my tank. And with my skimmer, it's just a hang on the back reef octopus skimmer. And this works wonders for getting out all of that stuff this filter can't get out. Now let's go to flow. For my flow with this tank, I have two MP10s. One is more on a lagoonal setting, and one is more on a pulse setting. So it creates more of a random flow pattern in my tank. And you also have my, this was just a cheap power head I got on Amazon for the freaking flow on the top. It really helps out with that. So you don't get that biofilm, because biofilm is a major contribution to lagging in your coral growth. So you want that surface agitation. But yeah, this is just my reef. I mean, I added a new piece. This is the new piece. Frog spawn. It set me back quite a bit, but it was definitely worth it. It's just a classic piece I really recommend everyone has in their tank. But yeah, this is the tank. I mean, it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it right now. It definitely has some work to go on to. It's mainly just a rock tank, but there is some coral in it. But yeah, that was what I dose. And that is what I run and do on the tank. I also do a water change maybe every week to 2 weeks to keep that, to keep your nitrates low. Like if you want to do SPS, I definitely recommend you keep water changes going and keep a schedule. See, I have a schedule for most of my stuff, so I dose 2-part once a week. Acro Power 1 mil every morning / evening, and water change once every 2 weeks. And yeah, that's what I got on my tank, and hope you like it. I never really showed you guys that, but that's what I do for my tank.